it! Look at this scratch. Now, this red paint must have come off the car that did it. But which car? Let me think.
There were loads of cars and they were all red. So I'm going to make it my investigation to find out which one's responsible.
And I know just the person to help me do it.
I'm off to see forensic scientist Dr. Peter Sansom, who can use colour to catch criminals and people who scrape against my lovely car.
I have a sample of the car that scraped mine. As far as I'm concerned, it's just some red paint, and my car was surrounded by 5 red cars. How can it tell you anything?
Well, when you look at red paints, there are lots of different shades. I mean, you look around at different cars and you see probably those 5 all had different shades. And even if they look exactly the same, when you look at the way that the paint is actually reflecting the light, you'll probably find that one red has got a bit more blue in it and the other red is more orangey.
Peter can use a special machine to measure how different colours reflect white light, which of course is made up of all the colours in the visible spectrum. A blue paint, for example, mainly reflects the blue part of the spectrum, whereas a red paint will mainly reflect the red part of the spectrum.
Your problem is slightly different. You've got different reds. So let's take these 3 greens and they look almost exactly the same. Yeah?
Yep.
But when we look at the spectra of those, we find that actually they differ quite a lot. And you can see that this one reflects more red. This one is reflecting a little bit of blue here, whereas this one is a mixture of colours being reflected so that we perceive green.
So even 3 colours that look quite pure, for example these greens, are in fact reflecting different mixtures of colours, including some you wouldn't expect to see. And forensic scientists can use these colour fingerprints to match evidence from the scene of a crime with examples of all the paint colours they hold on file. So I'm getting closer to the person who damaged my car.
Peter?
Oh, yeah.
I have the results. What can it tell us?
Right. Well, first of all, obviously it's a red paint, but the actual measurements of the colours seem to suggest that the nearest one we're going to find like it is a Ford. Hang on a moment. Yes, a rather recent Ford seems to be the most likely paint for this.